All right, everyone, welcome to today's core stability session. I am so excited to have you here on this lovely Monday, I guess not morning, but Monday. And I'm going to go ahead and hit our tunes. We're going to start on the ground on our backs, and we're going to get those hundreds going on, loosen up all that lunch. So feet flat on the floor, knees to the ceiling, head and back rested, arms by your side, palms face down, fingertips point towards the toes. Lift those shoulder blades, curl the chin to the chest, and pump those arms up and down, a few inches above the hips, a few inches below the hips. Arms stay straight as they lift a few inches, lower a few inches. Every pump of the arms creates instability through the abs, upper abs working hard to keep those shoulder blades hovering. Don't forget to breathe, keep pumping. Options here to increase work through the low abs and decrease stability is to lift those feet off the ground, shins parallel to the ceiling, knees over hips. Or if you want to take it a step further, go ahead and extend those legs straight out to a diagonal. Keep those shoulder blades high. Keep that low back glued to the ground. Keep breathing. A few more here. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, rest your feet, rest your head. We're going to take it to sit-ups, crunches, or roll-ups. For crunches, feet flat to the floor and knees to the ceiling. Crunch up, shoulder blades hover, and go back down. Hands behind head, elbows wide if you choose crunches. If you choose sit-ups, arms can reach to the ceiling. You're going to sit all the way up, shoulders stack over hips, go all the way back down. If you choose roll-ups, same deal as sit-ups, just the legs are out straight on the ground rather than bent. You pick your poison today. All engaging the abs, getting them going for what's to come. Try to use your strength through your abs and no momentum. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and roll it on back, feet flat on the floor, knees to the ceiling, head rested. We're going to take it to leg circles. Work on some mobility here. Give the abs a tiny bit of a break. Palms push down to the outside of your hips and pull that right knee to your chest. Extend your right leg straight to the ceiling. We do our circles. Go across the body first. So draw a circle to the right, to the left, down, right, and up through center. So counterclockwise. You choose the size of the circles you're making with your right leg. So the smaller the circle, the more stability. The bigger circle, the less stability. The higher your circle, the more stability. The lower your circle, the less stability. Work through the hip mobility. Keep the torso still. Push the belly button down, lower back glued to the ground. And reverse directions, clockwise this time, going right, down, left, and up. We got some disco going on over here. Point those toes nice and sharp, like you would point your disco finger. And in 3, 2, 1. Bend that right knee into your chest. Set it back down, both feet flat, knees to the ceiling. We're going to switch sides. Bend the left knee into your chest. Extend the left leg straight up to the ceiling. We're going to go across the body, which means clockwise first this time. So we go to the right, down, left, and up through center. Again, you choose the size and you choose how low your circle is. Play with it. Find a challenge, keeping your low back glued to the ground, keeping your torso still, and still getting that work through the thighs as you circle the leg, the hip mobility. Push through. And switch directions. Counterclockwise this time, or left, down, right, and up. After this, we get our upper abs involved again. In 3, 2, 1, bend your foot down so both feet go flat to the floor, knees to the ceiling. We're going to do our single leg stretch. Pull your right knee to your chest, extend your left leg long to hover. Shoulder blades lifted off the ground. Switch legs. Hug your left knee into your chest, right leg hovers. Switch legs, switch legs. Go at your pace. Every time you hug your leg into your chest, you're getting a stretch. You're also working through obliques. As you extend your leg away, you're working through low abs. With those shoulder blades lifted, that's upper abs. Lots of things happening here. Nice job. And in 3, 2, 1, hug both knees to your chest, rest your head for a moment. If you're feeling good, or when you're feeling good, go ahead, curl back up, chin to chest, shoulder blades hover. You're hugging yourself into a tight little ball. Double leg stretch. Both legs extend out straight away from the torso as arms reach back behind the head. Circle your arms out and around as your knees hug into your chest. Give them a hug at the end. Everything extends away from the torso. Everything hugs back in. Keep your low back glued to the ground. Keep your shoulder blades high. Lots of work through the core. Really difficult exercise and stretch here. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Rest your head down. Set your feet flat to the floor. We're going to take it to single straight leg stretch. So go ahead, curl back up, chin to chest, upper abs engaged. Then your right leg straight to the ceiling. Point your toes. Hands reach up on the right leg as high as you can, closest to your ankle, behind your knee, or your calf is fine. Option to extend the left leg straight to hover off the ground. Switch legs. Left leg up and right leg down. Switch legs, switch legs. You choose your pace here. Every time your leg goes up and then you grab it, reaching it towards you, you're getting a nice elongated stretch through the back of that leg, building off that stretch that we did with this bent last time. Keeping your legs as straight as you can will get the biggest stretch here. Abs high, low abs and obliques working to stabilize with the movement of the lower leg. And 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees into your chest, rest your head. Beautifully done. We're going to go into double straight leg stretch. Upper abs get a break here. Low abs are going to be fired up. Push your hands down into the ground outside your hips and lift both feet to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs together and straighten them as high or as much as you can. Point your toes. Lower your legs 3 counts away from the torso. Lift them for 1, back to the ceiling. Low back has to be glued to the ground here. Push your belly button down into the ground. Glue your spine. 3 counts to lower. Quick lift to the top. Squeeze through the inner thighs for bonus work there. Find your range of motion. If your back starts to peel off the ground, stop your movement and bring it on back up to the top. In 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend your knees, rest your feet back down to the ground. We end our warm-up with crisscross or bicycle crunches. So feet can be flat, knees to the ceiling, hands behind head, elbows wide. Bring your right knee to your chest, crunch towards it, set it down. Left knee to your chest, crunch towards it, set it down. Option to hover the leg after it comes in. Knee comes in, extends, other knee comes in, extends. Keep those elbows wide, that chest proud. Tiny little twist. You don't want to dig that shoulder blade into the ground. As you twist, obliques are activated. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Rest everything down. Nice job. We're going to go ahead and come to a standing position. I'm going to get a quick sip of water, and we go into our balance sequence. All right. I got water. I'm feeling good. For our balance sequence, we're going to start with calf raises. So feet are going to start hip width apart, toes point forward, hands can be by your sides, on your hips, in a prayer, in a T, or holding on to something for balance. Go ahead and lift your heels and lower them back down. Lift your heels and lower them back down. We start with our legs straight here. This is activating the calves and also working on our balance as we shift onto our toes and then back onto all corners of our feet. One option here is as you lift your heels, you can take a soft bend in the knees so the hips stay in the same spot. The knees just take the amount of bend that the lifted heels would add. That moves some of the work into your thighs and gives you a thigh burn, so it might give you a shake in addition to the lift. So more balance work here. You get to pick which version of balance work works for you. And in 3, 2, 1, both feet come flat. We're gonna do ankle circles or ankle mobility, which is really important for balance. So you're gonna lift your right heel off the ground. You're balancing on your left foot. And you're just gonna do circles with your right heel, keeping that toe on the ground. Draw circles with that heel. Toe stays on the ground. Just going through, maybe reversing directions, make them big, make them small, kind of play with it as you're balancing on your left leg. This movement is a distraction to the balance, but it's also really great for the ankles to get loosened up. All right, now go ahead, both flat feet, hip width apart. Now toes point forward. We're also going to add a movement with the right leg. So right toes are gonna tap one pace backward, and then they're gonna tap one pace forward. Now, as you tap right toes back and then right toes forward, brace through and balance through your left leg. So soft bend in the left knee, proud chest. You can hold on to something once again, hands on hips, hands in a prayer, hands in a T, whatever's gonna help you. That soft bend is really gonna fire up through those stabilizing muscles, belly button pulled into your spine as your toe taps forward and back. You choose how far the toe taps forward and back. You choose how fast you go. I will say the slower you move that right foot, the more difficult it is going to be to balance. Nice job. Option now to add in a high knee. So if you take the high knee option, you're going to tap your right toes back, bring it to a right high knee, and repeat. Right toes tap back, right knee comes up. We're doing a standard high knee, so right knee will come up and forward in front of the hip. Again, you choose your range of motion. If the knee doesn't lift that high, that is perfectly fine. If you want to keep the forward and back taps, you can do that as well. All meeting yourself where you're at today. Beautiful job. In 3, 2, 1, both feet go down. We're gonna take it to tightrope walking. We haven't done tightrope walking in a little while. So you're gonna imagine you are walking on a tightrope that is between two buildings in New York City, and you are the show for the day. So right heel is gonna step right directly in front of the left toes, and then you're gonna keep walking. If you have room for 2 steps, 3 steps, great, just turn around. If you have room for more, feel free to take more. And just heel toe, heel toe. I'm putting my hands out into a T to help balance here. You can do whatever you need to. If heel toe isn't working for you, really narrowing the stance, you can take your feet just a little bit wider, but still have a narrow. So walk a little bit more narrow than you would if you're just standard.
I'm confused about the tightrope. So are we putting our right heel in front of our left toe?
Yep, you got it.
What else?
And then you're just gonna walk like that. So then you're gonna take your left heel and put it in front of your right toe and just keep switching.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Of course, you got it. Narrow walking stance, just a little bit more narrow than you would standard. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and release. Feet hip width apart, toes forward. Take it to a forward fold. Nice rest. Hands reach towards the ground. Fold yourself in half. Maybe your arms dangle a little bit, and that's okay. Maybe you take your hands to the backs of your calves or your thighs and hug your chest in closer a little bit, folding yourself further in half. Feeling a nice release through the backs of the legs and the spine. And go ahead, roll on up. Nice job. We're going to take it to the other side. We're going to start with those calf raises once again. So feet hip width apart, toes forward, heels lift and heels lower. Heels lift, heels lower. Pull the belly button into the spine. And option 2, take the option of lifting the heels as you slightly bend the knees to keep yourself the same height. Keep the hips in the same spot. That's gonna fire up through the thighs, whereas the calf raises with the straight legs is firing up more through the calves. Just pick your poison. Hands wherever they help you balance. Mine are in a prayer right now. And go ahead, flat feet. Left toes are gonna stay on the ground, but left heel is gonna lift. With the left toes on the ground, start doing ankle circles. So draw a circle with your heel. Make them big circles, make them little circles, maybe switch directions. Ankle mobility working here to prep us for what's to come. You got it. My left ankle is cracking. Snap, crackle, pop. These are things to just notice as you go through your session. Make any changes as you need. And go ahead and set both feet flat to the floor once again. We take it to our forward and backward taps with our left toe this time. So left toes tap one pace forward, left toes tap one pace backward. Now, as you do this, always an option, hold on to something, arms in a T, prayer, hips, whatever you want. Bracing through the right leg. So soft bend in the right knee as you tap forward and back with your left. That's gonna fire up all those stabilizer muscles, feel them fire up through the thighs, the front of the thighs, the quads, the hamstrings, all the way up through the hips, the glutes, to connect to your core, belly button pulled into spine. You choose your pace. You choose how far forward and backward your foot taps. Find your perfect combination where you're challenged, but can still be successful. And if you're wobbling and shaking, that's fabulous. That means you are pushing yourself and your muscles are getting better at stabilizing. Good job. Remember, the slower you go, the harder it is. I tell myself. Now, if you'd like to add that high knee, you can. Tap back, high knee to come forward, tap back, high knee to come forward. This is really gonna pull some more balance work in. The slower you go again, the more difficult this becomes. Pull your belly button into your spine to relieve your hip. Hip flexors working here a little bit. The more you pull your core in, the more the core initiates the movement, the less the hip flexor does. And 3, 2, 1, go ahead, reset. We're gonna take it to our tightrope walking one more time. So again, I am teaching the tightrope walking, heel toe, heel toe. You have the option to take your feet a little bit wider than the tightrope, but try to make it more narrow than you would walking in your day-to-day life. Find your challenge point. When you reach the edge of your space, just turn around and keep going. Remember, hands can be wherever helps you. Maybe you guide them along a countertop or a table. Maybe you just have your whole hand. Maybe you work towards getting less fingers down, supporting you. This is not an easy one. It's narrowing your base of support. The wider your support is, the more stability you'll have. We're taking that away. Let yourself wobble and shake. In 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Feet hip width apart, toes forward, reach down towards your toes. Shake it all out. Maybe let your hands hang heavy, let them dangle. Maybe hug yourself in towards your legs. You got it. Get a nice stretch through the back side of the body. And when you're ready, slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. I'm gonna get a quick drink and we're gonna meet back on the floor to burn out our core again. So we're gonna start in corkscrew on our backs. So go ahead, get on the floor on your back. Once you're on your back, feet flat on the floor, knees to the ceiling. Head gets to stay rested for this one because I'm so nice. Hands by your sides, palms face down outside the hips. Bring your knees to your chest and then extend those legs straight to the ceiling. Point your toes, glue your legs together. Whenever heads are rested, that means low abs doing the majority of the work. And that means we have to pull our belly button down, glue our back to the ground. Do your circles here, corkscrew. So draw a circle with your feet towards the ceiling. When you get to the top of that circle, reverse directions. You choose the size of your circle. Once again, you choose how low this circle is. So the bigger your circle, the less stability you're gonna have. And the lower your circle, the less stability you'll have. So play with your combinations here. Size and height. Trying to keep your torso completely still is the goal here, and back must be glued to the ground. If the back starts to come off the ground, make them smaller, make them higher. Squeeze through the inner thighs, bonus work through the inner thighs here. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead, bend your knees into your chest, rest your feet down flat to the ground. We're gonna take it to a version of a dead bug. So go ahead, keep your head rested here for a moment, and arms reach up towards the ceiling. Hands are directly over the shoulders, arms are straight. Now we're gonna do the dead bugs for just the arms here. So left arm is gonna reach back directly behind the shoulder, behind the head. Reach it back to the ceiling, right arm's turn. And keep switching at your own pace. Shoulder mobility here, as well as strengthening through the back side of the body. If you'd like here, you can go ahead and lift your feet up off the ground to upside down tabletop, shins parallel to the ceiling, knees track over the ankles. Glue that low back to the ground. Nice job. Beautifully done. If you'd like to turn this into a dead bug, you may. Go ahead and, as your left arm reaches back, your right leg extends long to hover over the ground. Bring it back through center. Right arm, left leg. Now, if extending the leg long to hover isn't working for you today or not feeling good in your body, you can keep the bend in your knees and just tap your toe to the ground instead of extending your leg long to hover. Both great options for working on our stability. This is also a balance exercise. Although we are not balancing, these are strengthening the muscles we use to balance. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead, rest your feet flat on the floor if they're not already. Hands are gonna push down to the sides or outsides of your hips, palms down. And we're gonna take it to our glute bridges, strengthening the back side of the body. So go ahead, keep your head rested, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips to the ceiling, and then lower your hips back down to the ground. Squeeze the glutes to lift, and lower back down. Some options for you today. If you want outer thighs, outer glutes a little bit spicier, widen your feet. If you want hamstrings a little bit spicier, heels on the ground, toes lifted, flex the feet. You can take both of those options or just one, or stand or stay at the standard glute bridge. All are beneficial. It's just moving the work to different places. Lifting and lowering. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and let those hips fall back down to the ground. And go ahead and sit up nice and tall. So shoulders come stacked over your hips. Feet flat on the floor, and sit up nice and tall. We're gonna take it to cherry pickers Russian twists. Go ahead, hinge back at the waist. So shoulders come back, so they're further behind your hips, no longer stacked over them. Hands reach to the left hip. Rainbow your hands up and over in front of the chest to the right hip. Rainbow them up and over to the left hip, and keep going. Now, the further you hinge back, you'll feel your abs catch. So the further back, the more instability you're gonna feel. Okay? As we go side to side, that's the obliques working. Keep your knees completely still here. Your knees are going to want to move, and that's because your hips are going to want to move, which would make your legs move. Don't let them do it. Don't let the hips take the work out of the core of the obliques for you. Option for a challenge, lift those feet off the floor, shins parallel to the ceiling. Keep reaching hip to hip. You've got this. Obliques on fire, your entire ab wall fired up as you hinge back. You choose how back you hinge, how far back you hinge. In 3, 2, 1, nice job. Go ahead and lay your back flat on the floor. And then start with your feet flat to the floor, knees towards the ceiling. Hands by your sides, push your palms into your hips. We're going back to low abs and hip mobility. Now, we're gonna go through a sequence of movements starting right side. So right knee is gonna pull to your chest. Right leg is gonna extend straight to the ceiling. And then right leg is gonna go all the way down to hover off the ground. Reset foot flat. We're gonna do it on the left. Knee to chest. Leg extends straight to the ceiling. Keep your leg straight. Bring it all the way down to hover. reset, switch sides. Knee to chest, leg to ceiling, hover, reset. Switching and alternating every time you go through. Job. Low abs here, back glued to the ground. Obliques as we work one leg and then the other. On your next time, after you even it out, we're gonna take it to our upside down tabletop toe abs. So head gets to stay rested, palms stay pushed down into the ground. Lift your right leg. So keep the bend in your knee, and knee comes right over the hip as the shin goes parallel to the ceiling. Tap that right foot back down, the left foot lifts and lowers. So just alternate which toe lifts or which foot lifts and then lowers, keeping the bend in those knees. Now, you have the option to change your pace. So as long as your low back is glued to the ground, if you'd like to take it to reciprocal switches, you can do so. So instead of doing one, finishing it, and then doing the other, you can do one, and then as you're sending that toe back down to the ground, the other one starts to lift. Or you can take it double time. Both toes tap, both toes lift. Being mindful of the low back here. The low back has to stay glued to the ground for this work to be effective. Nice little stretch coming up next in 3, 2, 1, rest. Feet flat to the floor. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And we're gonna take it to saw. So, or seated windmill. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders stacked over hips, legs are long, spread a little bit wider than the shoulders into a V shape, arms in your T shape. Twist your chest to the right and reach that left hand to the outside of the right foot. Come back up through center. Switch sides. So opposite hand reaches towards opposite foot. And as you go through this motion, I want you to inhale as you come through center, exhale as you twist and reach. Think pinky to pinky toe. Trying to reach towards the outside of that foot. Only reaching as far as is comfortable for you. It's just the direction we're going in. Getting core twists, getting stretches. Strong. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest. We are gonna go onto the front sides of our body and work on some more balance stability for the back side of the body. So we're gonna start in tabletop. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And we are gonna take a bird dog and we're gonna hold it. So right leg is gonna reach back in line with the right hip as the left arm reaches forward in line with the left shoulder. Back is so flat, nothing would spill off of it. Head is in line with your spine. Hold this here. If it does not feel fabulous to have both limbs lifted, choose one and make it your leg. Choose your leg. Hold here. In 3, 2, 1, bring it back in, switch sides. Left leg extends long behind you, right arm forward. Arm is at shoulder height, leg is at hip height. Back is so flat, belly button pulled into spine, head in line with your spine. Hold. Let yourself wobble, get your balance back. Beautiful. In 3, 2, 1, drop it back down. We are gonna come down to the front sides of our body, belly button down. So lay down, belly button down, and reach your arms back by your hips. Squeeze your legs together behind you. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, I want you to push your hips down into the ground and pull your belly button up off the ground. So a little opposite movement. It's pulling your tailbone towards the ground, engaging the abs. I want you to lift your upper body when you're ready off the ground. So your chest lifts just an inch or two. Your arms will lift with your chest because your shoulders are lifted. And I want you to face your palms towards the ceiling, and then I want you to rotate, face your palms towards the ground. Hands, palms face the ceiling, palms face the ground. So your hands stay at hip height, they're just rotating through the shoulder socket. Feel the upper back activation as you do so with the chest lifted. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead, drop it back down. Nice job. Rest for a moment here. This next time we lift, we're gonna lift the lower body as well. So get your breath, and in 3, 2, 1, upper and lower body lift off the ground. So just the hips, maybe part of lower part of the ribs, upper part of the thighs are down. Everything else is lifted a few inches. Circle your arms out to the sides and in front of your head, and then circle your arms back outside your hips. Circle your arms out and up. Circle them back to your hips. Feel the engagement through the upper back really increase here with the shoulder mobility. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead, rest everything back down. Nice job. We are gonna take it to our windshield wipers really quick. So go ahead, fold your forearms on the ground, rest your head on your forearms or maybe on your hands. Just relax the upper body is really what we need. And then bring your heels towards your bottom. So your legs are bent, heels towards the bottom. Let your shins, your feet fall left, bring them back through center. Let them fall right, bring them back through center. Windshield wipering our legs like they would on a car windshield. Let the feet fall left, let them fall right, just loosening up any tension in the back, in the hips. And when you're ready, go ahead and send those legs long, come up to tabletop position, and then we're gonna work our way towards doing our glutes. So for our side kicks, we are gonna start on our left side, working our glutes. So left hip is down on the ground, right hip faces the ceiling. Come down to you have options. You can use your left arm as a pillow. You can have your left elbow beneath your left shoulder, forearm flat, or you can rest your head in the palm of your left hand. Legs are out straight in line with the spine. And then I want you to lift your legs an inch forward or 2 inches forward so that your legs are a little bit ahead of the line of the hips. Right hand palm pushes down into the ground in front of the chest. This is your starting position. Take a nice deep breath, flex your feet. Lift your right leg up towards hip height, and we do our forward and backward kicks. So kick your right foot forward twice, and then point your toes and kick the right leg backward twice. So the first kick is big, the second kick is little, and then you switch directions. Flexed foot to kick forward, pointed foot to kick backward. You got this. Getting the center of the glutes here. Trying to keep your core, your torso still as you do this to isolate the movement through the glutes, keeping the leg at hip height the entire time as if you're sliding it across a table or a counter, forward and back. Good job. And in 3, 2, 1, go ahead, bring that right leg right back over the left leg to hover. And we have our foot flexed here. We're gonna do our up counts. Right leg lifts towards the ceiling and then lowers back to hip height. Lifts and lowers. You choose the range of motion here. It does not have to be huge. Small movements make a big difference here. As right leg lifts and lowers. Lower to hip height, lifts just a few inches, maybe 8 inches tops. This is outer glutes now. Feel the pinch in your hip. You got this. Really fatigued glutes here. We've been working them all day. Now we're isolating them. And we're gonna switch to our circles in 3, 2, 1. Draw circles with that right leg. So keep the leg straight and draw circles with the foot. Maybe you brush your ankles together as you come through center so that you keep that right leg stacked and centered over the left. That just prevents your hip from dropping back and losing some of the work through the glutes. You got it. Reverse directions with your circles. Feel that burn. Woo, yeah. And 3, 2, 1, rest your dear right leg. We're gonna switch sides. Left side is gonna burn, so right hip down, left hip up. For our side glutes set up, you can go ahead and get yourself in a nice straight line. Options, the right arm can be a pillow. You can rest the head in the palm of your right hand, or you can have your right elbow underneath your right shoulder. Left palm pushes down into the ground in front of the chest. Flex your feet, lift them an inch or two forward so they're no longer in a straight line with the hips, but a little bit ahead of them. Lift your left leg to hover at hip height and 2 big kicks forward. Point your toes, 2 big kicks backward. Keeping your leg at hip height the entire time, going back to your center glutes here. Burning it out. You got this. Big kick followed by a little kick, and then switch directions, forward and back. Keep going, keep that core stable. Try to keep the torso completely still. Keep the bulk of the movement in the glutes and not collapse through the back here. And in 3, 2, 1, stack the left leg over the right once again. Flex your foot. We take it to our up down. So left leg lifts and lowers to hip height. Lifts, lowers. Outer glutes here once again. Feel the pinch through the left side, maybe through the hip. You've got this. Keep still through the upper body. Feel the burn. Little movements can hurt so much. Who would have thought? And we're gonna take it to our circles in 3, 2, 1, circles. Keep that foot flexed. Draw circles, keeping the leg straight as you circle that left foot. Brush your ankles together as you come through center. That'll help keep the left hip forward and keep that burn going. And reverse your direction. You got this. Beautifully done. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead, rest that leg. We're gonna get the inner corner of our glutes by doing heel beats. So that means we'll come onto the front side of our bodies again and belly down. And you can just rest your head. So fold your forearms or your hands, rest your forehead on your hands if you'd like. And go ahead and take your legs about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider, and then point your toes out to the sides as much as you can. Push your hips down into the ground as you pull your belly button up, and go ahead and lift the lower body a few inches off the ground, legs as straight as you can get them. Pull your heels towards each other, and then release. Heels do not have to come into touch. Mine do not touch. Pull your heels in and release. So maybe your heels come together an inch or two closer to each other and then release, hitting the inner corner of the glutes. Legs slightly lifted, an inch or two off the ground. Strengthening through the back side of the body. Feel your hamstrings fire up as well. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest those legs down. Oh, take a nice deep breath. We are done with glutes. So we are going to get through our final core sequence. And with that, we're going to start on our backs in our crunch position. So go ahead, get on your back, feet flat to the floor, knees point towards the ceiling. And you're going to get to these crunches your way. So I'm going to go ahead and start my crunches with my hands behind my head, elbows wide. So when you crunch, you lift your shoulder blades to hover and you release. Now, options. Your hands can be behind your head, elbows wide. That's going to support your head and neck without pulling it, but also make the crunches harder as you distribute weight away from the core of the body, adding extra weight back behind the abs so the abs have to pull them up. Second option, you don't get the support behind the neck, but you can reach your arms forward outside the hips, which moves some weight forward so the abs have more support in lifting but the neck doesn't get that help. You can also take your hands across your chest, reaching towards the opposite shoulder if you'd like as well. And we're gonna switch to side crunches in 3, 2, 1. Side crunches. I am going to lift my right leg to the ceiling, take my left hand, reach it across the body towards my right toes, crunch, release, crunch, release. My right hand is behind head, elbow wide. You can just take your side crunches to whatever you'd like. You can keep both feet on the floor, just crunch towards your right knee. And 3, 2, 1, left side. So for me, I'm having my left hand behind my head, elbow wide, left leg to the ceiling, right leg or right arm reaching towards that left foot as I crunch and release. All you need here, we're targeting the obliques, is just to be a little off center. All this extra stuff is distraction, it's bonus to make it interesting, so we're not doing the same movement every time. In 3, 2, 1, rest your head. We're gonna work low abs next. Send your feet to the ceiling. Head rested once again. Hands come outside the hips, push palms down into the ground. Glue your legs together, and we're gonna pull the tailbone towards the ceiling and release. Lower body curls. Tailbone towards the ceiling and release. So as you pull the tailbone towards the ceiling, you're gonna actively pull your belly button down and those low abs right beneath the belly button down towards the ground in a sharp pulling motion. As you push that tailbone up, it's gonna send the toes an inch or two closer to the ceiling and then a tiny release, and you repeat. These are stubborn abs, they're hard to activate, and they're hard to strengthen because of that, but so important. And we're gonna take it back to our crunches in 3, 2, 1. Feet go flat, knees to the ceiling, crunch your way. Hands behind head, elbows wide. You can reach your hands outside the hips, arms crossed across the chest. Make it interesting for yourself. Maybe try them all out. Shoulder blades lift, release, shoulder blades lift, release. Now, maybe if you want to make it interesting for yourself, try to lift high and make that release tiny, maybe still keeping the shoulder blades afloat. Play with it. In 3, 2, 1, switch to obliques. Right side, crunch right, release, crunch right, release. So again, you can keep your feet planted, crunch towards your right knee, release. Or I have my right leg straight to the ceiling, left arm reaching across to the right, left hand or right hand behind my head, elbow wide as I crunch and release. Trying to keep the shoulder blades off the ground once again at the top of that crunch. 3, 2, 1, set it down, switch sides, crunch to the left, release, crunch to the left, release. It's okay if your head is tired. That's why we have the option to put hands behind head, elbows wide. Mine is getting tired. Let the abs do the work. Abs fatigue. They want to dump the work into other parts of the body. Push through. In 3, 2, 1, let your head rest. Lower body curls, lower curls. Send your legs to the ceiling. Heads rested, palms pushed down. Push your toes to the ceiling, an inch or two, and then release. Tailbone pushes up as low abs push down to get that low ab engagement. Sharp movement. Make it tiny, make it sharp. You got this. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and rest. And we're gonna end this in a grand finale of a plank before we stretch. So you get to choose what the plank looks like for you. I'm gonna do a forearm plank. This can be against a wall, it can be on your knees, or it can be on your forearms or hands. Get into your plank position and hold. Straight line from head to heels, elbows underneath shoulders. You've got this. Pull the abs in, squeeze through the glutes, squeeze through the thighs, no matter what position you're in. If you have sensitive wrists, maybe you'll come down to your forearms. If your abs and your back is collapsing, maybe you come to your knees. Heels tight to seat. And push through. 3, 2, 1. Come down to your knees if you're not there already. Nice job. Shake it out. Get a drink. I'm gonna get a drink. We love ending with a grand finale. I'm gonna change our music to cool down music and we'll get our stretch on. Feel free to take a couple deep breaths. And now we chill. So as I go through the cool down, feel free to follow along with what I'm doing or do what serves your body best. I'm gonna go ahead and get on all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and start with cat-cow. So just spine mobility here, loosening it up a little bit. So with a flat back, take a nice big inhale. Exhale for cat, pull your chin to your chest, push your spine to the sky, push through your palms. And then inhale, dip your belly low, point your nose forward, roll your shoulders back, collarbone proud for cow. Go through these two at your own pace. Inhaling in cow, exhaling in cat. Maybe, if it feels good, you add wiggles or movement where your body calls for it. In cat, I like to shift my weight back to get a deeper stretch through the mid-back. And in cow, I like to shake my hips side to side. So find what's gonna work for you. And when you're ready, come back to a neutral spine. Go ahead, curl your toes under, send your hips to the sky. Arms and legs are straight, upside down V shape. Push your heels towards the ground as you pull your chest towards your knees. Feel the stretch to the backs of your legs and through your spine. And when you're ready, go ahead, come back down to your knees. We'll roll onto our backs. Once you are on your back, go ahead and hug your right knee to your chest. Left leg can extend long on the ground, or for more support through the low back, you can have your left foot planted on the ground. Take a nice couple deep breaths here. Maybe I invite you to open your right knee outside the right rib cage slightly to open up the stretch through the inner thigh and the outer hip a little bit more. And go ahead, take your left hand to the outside of the right leg and do our twist. So left hand guides right knee over to the left side of the body. Right arm reaches long outside the right shoulder. Nose points right. Spine twist, shoulder and chest opener, as well as the glute stretch. The glute stretch increases with how far you pull the right knee in towards the left shoulder. And go ahead and release that. Hug yourself in, or hug your knees into a ball and maybe rock side to side, releasing any tension through the back. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. So hug your left knee into your chest. Let your right leg either go long or plant your right foot flat on the floor for support through the low back. Take a couple deep breaths. I invite you to, if it feels good, the left knee comes outside the left shoulder or rib cage just slightly, stretching through the inner thigh and the outer hip. And go ahead and take it to your twist. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, guide the left knee over towards the right side of the body. Left arm goes long to a T, nose points left. Glute stretch, spine twist, shoulder and chest opener. And go ahead and release. Go ahead, hug your knees to your chest, rock side to side. And go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Once you're sitting nice and tall, we'll take it to our forward fold. So shoulders stacked over hips to start, legs extended long in front of you, arms can be by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and up over your head. As you exhale, hinge forward, reach towards your toes, fold yourself in half. Stretch from the back of the heels to, I hiccuped. From the back of the heels to the tailbone, from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. Relax your shoulders to feel a deeper stretch through the mid-back. Relax your jaw if you're holding any tension there. Just check in with yourself. Release tension with every exhale wherever you might find that tension. And go ahead and release. Put up nice and tall. We're going to take it to our butterfly. So the bottoms of our feet are going to come together to touch in front of us. bottoms of your feet touch, knees bend and point out to each side. To increase the stretch, heels come closer to you. You can hinge forward at the waist, or you can gently rest your forearms on your inner thighs. Find your perfect combination of those three things. Taking another deep breath here. Go ahead and extend your legs nice and wide now and straight, so they reach out to the diagonal, maybe 10 and 2 o'clock, to make a wide V shape. On a nice big inhale, reach up, and on your exhale, reach your hands down towards the ground as far forward as you can into that empty space between your legs. Nice wide V stretch. Feel this stretch through the backs of the legs, but with those legs wide, feel the opening of the hips, the inner thighs, and feel a stretch through the spine as well. And carefully go ahead and walk your hands back towards your body, and we're gonna come into our child's pose rest position, so hands can come underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Go ahead and walk your knees a little bit wider than your hips, and then bring your big toes together behind you to touch. Sink your bottom back towards your heels and walk your hands forward to bring your chest and forehead towards the ground. Now from this position, we got a lot of intensity through the hips, the inner thighs, stretch through the spine, maybe through the shoulders. Just acknowledge it. Find what's going to make it feel best and most restorative for you. For a deeper stretch and spine elongation, pull the tailbone towards the heels as you reach through the fingertips forward. Relax the shoulders down and back. Feel how that changes the stretch. And when you're ready, you can slowly walk your hands back up towards your body. Sit up and take a nice deep breath. Feel free to take any extra stretches that you